Hey,
Gee, what an episode. So
yep,
unusual.
yep, quite a long one.
Very unusual.
Yeah, so we had like two different stories, and
Just
right in the middle, it was like a completely different story.
Yeah, what's it all about? That's so strange. Why do we suddenly jump to Pershing?
Well, we have seen Pershing before in previous episodes of The Mandalorian. So, as well as the girl, they mentioned that as well. She was a communications officer.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I don't get why we're suddenly jumping into this storyline.
I think we'll see further into the story. It is interesting that they did that, though.
Well, it has been dividing Star Wars fans a lot. So what the heck?
Yeah, I think they have to expand the story a bit more to understand what's going on. Like, is Pershing trying to be good? Because it does seem like he is trying at some point. But
She
then,
spends so much time away from Din Djarin that you're like, yeah, it's not even a Mandalorian show.
well, he was right at the beginning and at the end.
Yeah, it's like a few minutes at the beginning, a few minutes at the end. But
But
I mean,
then,
the beginning was pretty cool, the dogfight, and then
yeah,
the whole most of the episode is pushing.
yeah. But considering if you consider other shows, The Mandalorian took over the Book of Boba Fett for 4 episodes.
Yeah,
Out of 9 episodes, he took over four. Fair compromise.
I guess.
Yep. But I think it's just on the face. Oh, wait, they might have talked about the night owls in the previous season as well about Client Grease and the Night Owls, which was Big Catan's clan or
Oh,
house.
nice. Okay.
And yeah, they don't follow the way.
Yeah, they don't follow the way.
But it does seem like now she's been adopted into the way.
Well, she herself says, "I don't follow the way."
Yeah, she said that herself, but she's been adopted into it. So as long as she doesn't remove her helmet, she is gonna be a part of the clan.
Right.
Yep. So that was an interesting episode to see that at the beginning and at the end.
And why is the episode called the convert?
It
What's it converting from? The convert title. See the convert title.
Yeah, it's a convert. Well, considering he was being converted into the New Republic system,
That's true. Although it does have a double meaning because
and they say Bo Katan was converted to following the way.
yeah, that's true. Bo-Katan becoming a member of Mendel's covert.
Bo-Katan.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, and also the shift in her beliefs because she's now seen the mythosaur.
yeah,
And Dr. Pershing is also a convert.
yeah. And we seem to have lost his bill.
Oh, or maybe he just
He left.
left.
It's all good, yeah. It's a really interesting one because we do seem to hear a lot more about the Mandalorians as well in terms of like the houses and the clans. Because that's how Mandalore was split. It wasn't just by the clans; it was by like their house. or the richer ones anyway, like Clan Kreese
Yeah.
of the Night Owls.
Yeah,
I think
the
that essentially that's similar to how like dynasties had it in the past. Like the big families had like their own house structure.
mm, like yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a really good, really interesting episode. Probably not the best episode. But yeah, still wondering what's going on with that. So is Fishing going to be a good guy or not? Or
Oh yeah.
why was he being used by that girl? He seems to be more evil. Like
Yeah.
watching it again, you could really see the subtle hints that she's like pushing Dr. Pershing away and trying to get him to do Imperial stuff. But then as well, she does seem to be a double agent because she's working for herself and pretending that she is part of the New Republic.
Hmm.
Which we kind of see because she lets everyone out before she like tortures the guy or like erases memory.
Yeah, she was turning the dial to maximum.
Yep.
Hmm.
And that was actually a torture device, but that the alien said that it was something else. But it was a
Mind player.
mind player that he called it something else. But yeah, it seems like they have been using Imperial technology themselves. And they say that they're not using Imperial technology.
Hmm. Yeah, so I guess kind of disjointed episode, but I guess kind of interesting.
Yeah. But as well, it's like seeing it from another point of view on like the Imperial side or like the Imperial converts into the New Republic. See their view on things.
Yeah, it felt a bit like an Endor show, this one.
Yeah, but a lot more happened in this one than in an Andor show.
I guess so, yeah.
And we also see a bit of history of Coruscant as well. Like how tall Coruscant is absolutely crazy because they have an undercity and the upper cities. And you see the tallest mountain in Coruscant does not look tall at all.
Yeah,
But that's how high they built effectively. The city planet.
CD planet. Yeah, that's right.
So that's the only piece of the actual
Of the
planet.
actual mountain.
Yeah, the actual mountain or planet that they could see on Coruscant.
Hmm.
So we do get a bit of backstory and history of Coruscant as well, and different locations where they went. So it was kind of a cool like guide of Coruscant as well as finding out the Imperial Academy was there as well.
Hmm.
Before it was taken over by the New Republic or destroyed or whatever. So yeah, it's a really interesting episode. I wouldn't really call it disjointed because they were both convicts. It does
Yeah,
match the title of the show.
kinda. But so jarring. All of a sudden, you shift from that to
Yeah, you
Pershing.
shift from like a dogfight and then the mid story and then back to Din
Yeah.
Djarin and Bo-Katan.
I'm sure at some stage they will converge, or hopefully, but for now, So there's feel like two different shows to me.
Maybe. I will say. But now it does seem like we'll probably not see the face of Din Djarin or Bo-Katan anymore in the show.
Yeah, I mean they've just been redeemed.
Yeah. So no more helmet removal.
Yeah. At least, yeah.
But yeah, still wondering if Bo-Katan will really follow the way since she actually saw the mythosaur.
Hmm.
But Din did not see it.
Yeah, only Bo-Katan saw it. When he asked, then did you see anything? No.
Mm.
So the question is, who will actually be the leader of Mandalore then?
Hmm.
Would it actually be Din Djarin or the redeemed Bo-Katan? Curious.
They can have a battle again. Nah, it won't happen. They're working together now.
Yeah. And there are 5 more episodes left. We're in episode 3.
Hmm.
Things are progressing quickly.
Yes.
Which I said the complete opposite with like Andor.
And this one does have quite a few Easter eggs.
Well, probably a lot of alien species.
Apparently Grogu said some words that we can't really hear.
It hints that Grogu's 6 words.
Yeah, hints. It seems like he is babbling, "This is the way."
Because effectively he would be Mandalorian as well, being adopted into the Mandalorians.
A Mandalorian Grogu, okay.
The Mandalorian.
Yeah, but that's why it's a bit confusing because Mandalorians is not just a people, as I say,
Creed, yeah.
a creed or a culture. So they could be born Mandalorians in the Mandalorian race or clans. But then you could also be adopted into being a Mandalorian. Really interesting.
Hi, yes. Hi, interceptors.
Yeah. In the way that they actually put it, it's like it's a mix of both Jewish and Christianity together.
What is it?
Mm.
That like the culture of Mandalore.
Oh, Mandalorian.
Because the old way is that essentially you're born into it, or it's the race.
Yeah, that's more that's more Catholic though.
They're
Yeah.
Catholic as well, yeah. And then now you could also be adopted in, like Grogu and some others have been adopted in.
Yeah.
But then all the houses and clans are a lot like the clans are like different forms of Christianity.
Yeah.
Different belief structures. Bo-Katan doesn't follow the way, of course.
These TIE interceptors, yeah, they look pretty menacing. They don't have hyperdrive units. It's a good point. So wonder what ship dropped them off.
There was probably a ship close by because there were a lot coming before they escaped.
Yep. Yeah, there's so many.
And they bombed the
Yeah, the bomb. The bomb is
they bombed the castle.
Oh.
Probably one of the last few castles left of Mandalore.
Bo-Katan's home. Yeah.
Yeah. Like not actually on Mandalore, but planet in the Mandalorian system. But still Mandalorian castle. But it was her home.
Yeah, and it says how it's reminiscent of the Great Purge of Mandalore.
Yeah, they just completely bombed it.
The Imperials still have major presence. That's right, because of the.
Everyone is waiting for that guy,
Drawn is probably gonna show her.
Admiral Theron.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then it might be leading to Ahsoka's own show.
Yeah, so because Ahsoka was the one who first. Was she the one who name dropped Drawn?
Uh,
Oh,
I didn't
maybe.
think they mentioned Thrawn, but we kind of think that he will be.
Yeah.
They were hinting that it would be Thrawn that's coming. Who would be playing Thrawn though? They haven't really confirmed yet.
I think there were talks or what. Benedict Cumberbatch would make a pretty good Drawn.
Yeah, but that was a big one that everyone's thinking of.
Like
Because
a fan casting, yeah.
because it's like the really long face.
Yeah. Angular features.
Thrawn, yes. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Hmm.
They couldn't do the same thing with the really bad version in AB1 of that alien species of the
Oh
Grand
yeah.
Inquisitor, which was absolutely horrible. They made that alien in episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and they couldn't do it in the TV show.
Mm.
They really did a really bad job. Like what? Maybe they forgot it was meant to be an alien race.
Mm.
Yeah, superhero landing. Because he jumped out of Bo-Katan's ship using his jetpack to slow his descent.
Oh yeah, superhero landing. It doesn't have to be superhero landing. They
Well,
kind of made
Deadpool.
they now since Deadpool does it, it's like everyone is doing it.
Hmm.
Like what other shows have said superhero landing now?
Hmm.
Many.
Yeah. Black Widow. Classic.
Black Widow, that was the pose.
The pose, yeah. Hmm.
The Adam Project also had the superhero landing. Yep, let's keep going.
Yeah, Coruscant. Yeah.
Yep, Coruscant. So we've seen Coruscant quite a lot, but now we actually see a bit more Coruscant.
Actually, the interesting thing is that Endo focused on Coruscant during the Imperial era, whereas in this episode, it's actually
a lot later.
a lot later. So that's the difference. Yeah.
But this one, we actually do see more locations and areas.
Yeah, so we see the Opera House, we see the Botanic Gardens, the Galactic Museum, the Holographic Museum.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
So that was all lifted from Jedi
Yeah.
Academy in Star Wars Legends. They're bringing in Legends again, which episode 7, 8, and 9 completely ignored.
All right.
So yeah, this one is definitely for
The fans.
the better fans anyway.
Well, the more hardcore fans. Yep. Dr. Pershing, if you remember, pursued Grogu. And he's still having plans for cloning.
Yeah, he mentioned the Kaminoans, who
Uh-huh.
were the ones behind the cloning in the Clone Wars.
Midichlorians.
They talk about midichlorians. That's just that absolute trash.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, they think his version of cloning is different because like trying to combine different DNA to create a more perfect being. Well, the Clone ones and the Clone Wars, they like just took one part
Yeah.
and then mass produced it. Which is interesting that they talk about it now, since the Bad Batch season 2 practically just finished quite early on.
Oh. Okay.
The Bad Batch season 2 already finished. It
Yeah.
happened
Okay.
really early.
We can see. Yeah.
Maybe I should do my own little review on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good one. Short but good.
Bad matches.
The rich residents. Yes. They don't care for politics. Apple, Empire, Rebels, New Republic. I can't keep track. So doesn't really matter to them.
Yeah, but the thing is, it doesn't really matter to them until it actually affects them.
Yeah. Seems like it doesn't. He's like, whatever. As long as they have the money.
Yeah.
The mental bulk of Malesta. Oh, the droid driver, Pershing's driver. That's the mental bulk of Malesta.
I think it's Malice there.
Malesta.
Yeah.
The New Republic has an amnesty program.
Yeah, which was the whole thing that they were talking about throughout the whole show.
Rehabilitation. That's how training them to work in the New Republic. Yes, Elia Kane. At first, she seems to show her remorse, but she soon reveals her true agenda is far more sinister.
Maybe she's still working with Moff Gideon.
Maybe, but he's missing still. Or maybe she's secretly working with him.
Yep. The New Republic repeating some of the Old Republic's mistakes.
Yeah, it's the whole dehumanization of people. They all go by designations. You don't refer to them by the name. It's like L, I don't know what his number is, L something.
So not their actual names.
Yeah.
Like the Imperials did that as well. Like the Stormtroopers never really had proper names.
Yeah. That's right.
Or even like Finn and like even further in of 7, 8, and 9. That just proved it even more. Like what was Finn's number or something? I forgot.
Whose number?
Finn, the black
Oh,
stormtrooper.
Finn, yeah, I can't remember.
I think it was like 2187 or something. I forget.
Yeah, just a number.
Yeah, they were just numbered. So that was even worse because it doesn't seem like the program has accepted too many yet, because it does seem like they have certain dictators. Like the scientist division, he's only number like 52. So it's probably really early on.
Yeah.
And the communications officer was like number 60 something in another section.
Ecumenopolis is the name for city planet.
City planets. So it's one of a few city planets.
The whole planet is a city. Bendude in
Tongstay. Like, what the heck was Tongstay? Let's just put it on the train. Like, Tongstay, am I right?
Well, there are 2 different days of the week in Star Wars in-universe calendar. Bendu are the canon precursors of the Jedi. And the Tong comes from Star Wars Legends.
More
Humanoid
Star
race.
Wars Legends.
who ultimately traveled to the planet Mandalore and became the first Mandalorian.
They do seem to be getting a lot of Star Wars legends into this, which is good. At least they're respecting like some of the source materials instead of just completely disregarding them. Redo 7, 8, and 9.
Well, Coruscant's carnival music. Okay. When they are shown attending a carnival, there's an
That's
upbeat
excellent.
version of John Williams' March of the Resistance.
Excellent.
Yeah, kind of
March, like I don't know, like upbeat.
Yeah, that was a planet in the 7, 8, and 9.
Yes. Chuck Wendig's Aftermath book. Yeah, period between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens. Coruscant Accords, also known as Galactic Concordance. Treaty between Republic and Empire. Prohibit cloning.
Yeah, so they probably base it on the whole that trilogy because it is in that same era
Yeah.
between 6 and 7.
It's probably in between that. It's probably what, 30 years? Return of Jedi and Force Awakens. I would think so, yeah.
Around 30 or something years, yeah.
Yeah,
30, 40 years.
But Rebel Alliance fleet has been decommissioned. Okay.
Yeah, which probably means they don't really need too many rebels anymore since they defeated the Empire.
Yeah.
Until they would need the ships again to fight the Space Order.
First Order.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in Force Awakens.
Yep.
Yeah.
They come back. They should have known.
Imperial Star Destroyers appear, yes, in the junkyard, scrapyard.
Yep. I think everyone kind of knew that was a Star Destroyer.
Yeah. Stripped for parts.
Star Destroyer.
Yeah, this thing.
Superstar. Yeah.
The Imperial Indoctrination, Reversing Imperial Indoctrination, Mind Flayer, which was actually mentioned in season 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing, but they say that it's less severe, but they're just reusing it and saying that it's not.
Yeah, so it's disturbing to see that the New Republic is doing this. It's not the utopia it likes to present itself as. So even though it's like it's not the Empire, but it's still not great.
It's still not great, but as well, they're not. The girl did something else to it to make it more intense to wipe his mind.
Yeah, make it even worse.
Yeah. But effectively, I think the intention was to like soothe his mind, not delete the memory.
Yeah, but if you soothe, yeah, depends on the setting, I guess. Too high and you lose memory. And Mind Flayer scene features one of the funniest.
It's a trap.
Oh, it's a trap.
Yeah, that famous line. Mon Calamari. Admiral Akbar.
Well, it was a.
It's a trap.
It's a yeah. Maybe the calamaris love to say it's a trap.
But it wasn't the Mon Calamari who said it.
Oh,
But
Mon Cal reacts to Pershing's plea that he too was led into a trap.
yeah, but
Oh yeah,
Pershing
yeah,
said
yeah,
that
yeah.
it was a
Pershing
trap
said it. Yeah, it's always like
until,
hmm.
but it does seem to be said quite a lot around them, not just by that particular race.
Oh, what happened? 5. Where's the 4, 3, 2, 1? Oh yeah. Huh? 5. Oh yeah, yeah. Elijah Kane's theme music subtly foreshadows her betrayal.
Yeah, I thought there was something wrong with her from the start. Watching it through again, it just
So that's very
you could,
Sith-like. Ooh,
yeah, you could see the hints like there the entire time.
yes. Dark side. She may return to the dark side.
I think she already is.
Yeah. So we talk about this multiple meanings. Title and multiple meanings. Bo-Katan joins Death Watch.
The Bo-Katan joins the Watch, not
The
Death
Watch.
Watch.
The Watch.
Death Watch was an entire different clan, which Bo-Katan was actually part of at one point.
But now she's joining this actually Jarin's clan.
Which is just the Watch, not
Which
Death
is
Watch.
the Watch. Yeah.
But considering that Death Watch originated on the same planet as Death Watch, they were probably at one point the same clan.
Right. And then
But that was mentioned before. Death Watch did their own thing, and then the old Death Watch members saw the problems of Death Watch and created just the Watch.
right.
So they had more strict rules after disbanding. So it's now the Watch, not Death Watch.
The Watch.
Because
So-
Death Watch we kind of know in the Clone Wars because that's what Bo-Katan was fighting with, and they also took off their masks.
And then Dr. Pershing converts from Empire to New Republic. So a lot of conversions happening.
So
Who knows?
So this one got it a bit wrong.
Right.
Not
then
Death
even
Watch.
Elijah Kane fits. Whose side is she on? Who knows?
Yeah, whose side is she on?
Night Owl.
Yep, she was a night owl as well.
Bo-Katan and Night Owl were introduced in Clone Wars, an elite female unit.
Yep, after separating from Death Watch,
Yep.
she created Night Owls.
Split after Darth Maul took control of Mandalore.
Yep.
Some following Maul, others remaining with Bo-Katan.
Yep, so that was when Death Watch was taken over by Darth Maul and Bo-Katan creating the Night Owls.
He keeps saying Death Watch. It says, welcome into the children of the Watch.
Children of the Watch or just the Watch, not Death Watch.
Well, hang on. This is quite appropriate given she was a member of the initial Death Watch group.
She was. That's why I was been saying.
And so
she
this
was
is
part of
saying
Death
that
Watch.
she joins Death Watch again.
Or a separate clan that's taken out of Death Watch. Now just called Children of the Watch or just the Watch.
Right.
But at one point, yes, you could say that it was the same clan.
Initial one, yeah.
Initially.
Death Watch.
Before they became more strict with their rules.
Okay, that's it for all the correct.
Yeah, but they should change it. It's not Death Watch anymore.
Well, it may be saying that it's part of the original group.
Well, not original anymore. They split from the Death Watch after the fall. They created a new clan. So protecting Mandalorians instead of like trying to rule it, because that's what Death Watch was doing. And that's also how Darth Maul got control of Death Watch as well. Like the whole like how they're acting is completely different. The Watch or Children of the Watch are trying to preserve Mandalorian history, while Death Watch were the ones trying to like push their own agenda or like control Mandalore as a whole. Plus, the whole helmet thing was quite different.
Hmm.
So you could say it's a completely new clan instead of the same.
Okay.
So Death Watch is gone. Did we get to our scores?
Yeah, so
Mm.
Jeff, you can go first.
Well, the same as before. 7.5.
7.
7.5 probably. Yeah. Yeah, kind of similar in that one.
Hmm.
I like the chasing fight scene at the end.
The dog fights, yeah,
The dog
those are
fights,
really well
yes.
done, yeah.
It was TIE Fighter, was it? The
TIE
Yeah.
Interceptor.
Interceptor,
Interceptor, yeah.
which we saw in the Return of the Jedi.
Is it?
Yeah, you do see one TIE Interceptor.
Mm. Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed those
In
fights.
Return of the Jedi, because in Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
oh wait, not just Return of the Jedi, was I said the first one, because Darth Vader's one was his own personal
He
TIE
drove one too, right?
Interceptor.
He flew one too, yeah.
So episode 4, we already see an interceptor.
Yeah, that was good. Some of them can change direction. I mean, Mandalorian's plane. Yeah. That was quite funny, yeah. They can spin around and,
So that little trick that Bo-Katan did.
yeah, it's really crazy.
I think it was a stolen ship.
Oh yeah. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That she said she pissed off quite a lot of different warlords.
Oh, yeah. Mm. Cool, fair enough.
All right.
Yeah.
7.5 from Jeff. I think for me, yeah, it's even though I found it to be somewhat jarring, especially, go from dogfight and then to Coruscant. Seems like two separate shows. But then, yeah, tie it back with Din Djarin and Bo-Katan at the end.
Usually, no?
So yeah, I think it's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely trying to set up something with the Coruscant story, and hopefully the two will eventually converge.
It actually might.
Yeah, but I think it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty intriguing to see how how the New Republic works.
And we didn't really get a big bad yet either. So
Yeah. So who knows?
who is it going to be?
Well, I do hear that they may be setting up the possible return of Moff Gideon. Just because Elia may still be working secretly with Moff Gideon.
That is true, yes.
Since his whereabouts are unknown.
Mhm.
So I think overall, maybe same as Jeff, maybe 7.5. Yeah.
Mhm.
And we'll see where we go. Yeah. 5 more episodes.
Oh, fine.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So I enjoyed the episode as well. It does actually expand a bit more story. And also history of like Star Wars Legends, which I have read some of Star Wars Legends, like not all of it.
Star Wars Legends.
Yeah. It's a span of like many, many, many books of many different writers.
Mm.
or creators of the Star Wars expanded universe, which effectively, when they created 7, 8, and 9, they completely got rid of all of those legends canon. So they were no longer made canon in the story. But it does seem like they are taking elements from legends and putting it back in, which in a way is actually, if you want to go back to reading those stories or books of the expanded universe, you can. Because they are actually referencing a lot of the legends stories in it now.
Yeah.
Which is nice, which is what the Star Wars fans actually wanted before.
Yeah.
Not a new mismatch of randomness from 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really say so many bad things about 7, 8, and 9 enough, but yeah. I'm one of those like fans who like the legends. And they changed it way too much. But overall, yeah, we do get a bit more story. If you haven't read like some of the books about the history of Coruscant and the other places that he went to.
Awesome.
Yeah, like you kind of see like the central last piece of the planet that they could actually see. That tallest mountain on Coruscant just ends up being like so small compared to everything else. And yeah, it is a bit disconnected and also similar. But still, it's like right in between starting off with a humongous dogfight, Mando and Bo-Katan, going to Dr. Pershing and Alaya storyline, which was a bit interesting, and then going back to Bo-Katan and Din Djarin again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a longer episode at least, so they have actually been able to put a lot more into the story. It's 52 minutes, guys.
52?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, if you don't include the whole 30-second or so recap or the end credits, including it all, it's about like 56, 57 minutes. But the actual story was about 52 minutes, which was, yeah, quite long.
That's pretty long.
Yeah, so that they did actually say this was going to be one of the longest episodes in The Mandalorian. So
It's actually the longest so far.
the longest so far, yes. Solid, okay episode. 5.5 from me.
Sorry, what?
5.5.
5.5 only?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting. This is IGN says the same thing as what I felt. It feels more like Endor, but it does say, it's world building, setting up something, perhaps Moff Gideon's return.
It's setting up something, but we didn't really know what yet.
But interestingly, it's also so far the show's lowest rated ever. So I guess Jonas 5.5 is pretty accurate in that sense.
Well, what seems to grate me currently is they've added some new story already again in season 3 with not much backstory.
Yeah.
Like we know Alaya for some episodes in the past where it's just like a really like missed that character completely. Dr. Pershing makes a bit more sense because we know him a bit more in the past being part of the Imperials. But then they don't really, they leave us with more questions than trying to answer anything.
Yeah, well, it's only
It is the 3rd episode, so yeah, they have a lot to explain further on. And they haven't really tried to explain it yet. They just left us more confused at the moment.
Hmm.
So yeah, 5.5. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. All right. Actually, do we know the length of next week episode? Let's have a look.
Did they announce that yet? Probably.
I thought so. Usually they do after length.
Mhm.
Oh. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, it says roughly 43 minutes. So average, I guess. Yeah.
But that would probably include all the credits and stuff.
Yeah. So looking at maybe 40 minutes. Or a bit. Yeah,
Probably
less.
like 39, 38,
Yes.
because they would include the approximately 4 minutes long of credits
Hmm.
and maybe a 30-second recap at the beginning.
So episode 4 will be roughly 43 minutes long, which is pretty consistent with the runtime for the show as a whole.
Yeah, so it was quite interesting to have this episode now 57 minutes, the episode being about 52 minutes long.
Yeah, like they probably have to include
All the credits and all that recaps. So think about maybe 5 minutes worth of it is the recaps and the end credits.
Mm.
So yeah, maybe about 38, 37 minutes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think maybe that's it. Yeah.
See what happens.